Hi everyone, my name is Keren Tamir and I live in Canada. I am here for the Flying Unicorn to record, to show a new show today, special for Thanksgiving. It's a fall layout that I've created and that I'm going to show you how I did. So without further ado, let's start. And I'm going to turn the camera around so everybody can see it. Let me know if you can hear me and see me well, please. Okay, wait. Takes a few minutes until I get this all organized. And it's crooked. Wait, okay, there we go. You guys see it well? Hi, Alda. No, we don't have snow right now, but it's cold. Buffalo has snow, but we don't have snow, so it's nice. Okay, so here's the layout we are going to be creating today. I'll be creating and you'll be watching and hopefully getting some ideas of what to do. I've used the 7 Dots Studio collection called Thoughts Keeper, which I'm almost sure is available in the store. And yeah, she has all the collections. All the new 7 Dots collections are truly beautiful, and I'm sure you will enjoy working with each and every one of them. But this one is a fall theme. We recently took pictures of our family in the fall. It was about a month ago, and now the trees have um, no leaves anymore. So this is just from recent photo. And the paper that I used as the background is called Thoughts Keeper, I think number 2. They're just numbered, so it's easy to remember. This is Thoughts Keeper number 2. I do like to do my layouts with plainish kind of background, just so we can build a lot of texture in the back. And this is what I'll do here today. Okay, so here is a paper I'm showing you. And what I did is I used this stencil, which is Crafter's Workshop. It's a wood grain stencil. I'm not exactly sure of the name, but I'm guessing it's wood grain. It's called wood grain. And I used the new texture paste Gold Crackle from Finnabare's Prima. And I just created a pattern on the background. This is basically what's gonna take the longest. If you see the cream, it's very creamy. Unlike the other one, the Wendy Vecchi's, which is a little bit more like matte, this is a little bit more shiny, but it does dry matte and it does crackle, which is really nice. So I'm going to apply it with a spatula. And what I did is I tried to apply it in 2 different areas. One was this area over here, and I tried to get more of the wood grain, like straight lines, and then I moved it to the other side. So I'll start with this, and I'm going to create lines. Now you want to make sure that when you're using a stencil, you don't want to have a square once you finish using it. So don't go all the way up to the edge of the paper. Don't go all the way up to the other edge. Just try to kind of use it in a way. You see, I start right over here, and then I go up a little bit in the middle, and then down again on the side. What it does is that it gives it an uneven pattern, and that way you don't end up with a perfect square at the end. Again, in mixed media, it doesn't really matter. Like, you can make mistakes and it's not a big deal. But I just like it that it's a little bit uneven. Another thing you see about this paste is that it looks as if it's not going to dry up shiny. It looks like it's not going to crackle. It's just the way the color is. However, it dries like, it doesn't even look goldish here. It looks kind of an ochre kind of color. But when it dries, it dries in a gold shiny texture, which is really nice. Now I'm going to lift it up a little bit. Now this is a trick that I learned when I want to use the stencil, but I don't want it to like kind of smush the other area of my project. I end up kind of holding it up. It's not really a trick, it's just common sense, but I'm just showing you what I do so you know. And I'm kind of hold it up so it doesn't interfere. And then I I do the other pattern on the other side. This is a way how I move my stencil around when, especially when I use the 6x6 stencils, which are really small. And let's say I want to create a bigger pattern. I'm able to do this by moving the stencil around and holding it up. Obviously, I don't have two hands to hold it, which is the only problem with that. Okay, now, as you see, I have the two pieces of things, and this is going to take a little while to dry. So I'm just going to put it aside for a minute. Oops. I'm just going to put this aside for a minute, clean my spatula. I know I put this stencil aside. I'm going to have to wash it later, but I'm going to put it aside while I do some other things to prepare for my layout. And this is a good way that you can do how you do like mixed media, because things take so long to dry up that you can actually put something aside and then come back to it later once you've done other things for your layout. One of the things, so I'm reading here that the issue with the crackle paste. One of the things about crackle paste, you have to, in order for them to crack, you need to have a very thin layer of them. You can't have a very thick layer. And this specific crackle paste crackles very like a small cracks. There are some other ones that crackle a little bit bigger. But what you want to do is, you don't want, the impatient thing to do is go and dry it right away. But that's not what I do. I let it wait a little bit, and once it's a little bit settled, then you go and you dry it. So that's a trick for you to have. Impatience is not going to get us anywhere. I know we're in a tight limit of time. We're limited in time, so hopefully this will crackle just as much, but I will show you how it actually crackled in the other ones, just to make sure that you understand what I mean. Okay, so I'm gonna let's see if I can actually get it. Oops, no, that's not gonna work, huh? Because it's going to, no, it's gonna let me, it's gonna be too dark for me to bring it up. It actually has a really nice crackle. You can actually see it in the close-ups of the on the blog. It's just really hard to see the crackles here. Okay, so the other paper I use, I'm gonna put this one aside, okay? And I'm going to just give you this is the other paper I use. It's a Thoughts Keeper number 6. It actually has a lot of different cutouts that you can do, and what I did is I cut out a few different areas of it. I cut out the moments part, and this one with the feathers, and I think I also cut out the, let me check. Yeah, I cut out this one that looks like a cue card or something like that. So I think I say actually a lot, and I don't know why, but I do. So I'm being lazy and I don't feel like getting my cutter, just because you have to measure too much. This is just easier. I know it's not perfectly straight. It'll also kill a little bit of time since we have to let the things dry. Okay. And this is basically what I do. While my things dry, I cut things. So I like making lots of layers on my layouts. And one of the ways I do it is usually almost every collection has these type of papers where there is one kind of plain papers or design papers, and then you have things like, this is called like calling cards, where you can use them to layer. And this is basically what I use to layer. I cut squares and I like layering under the picture. It's almost like a frame, what we used to call matting before. Some of us, some people still mat perfectly around. Sometimes I do that, but if I don't want to do a perfect matting around the picture, what I do is I basically mat it with a few papers. Okay, and oops. You see, as you can see, it's not perfect at all, and nobody's going to notice or see this. Great. Okay. Now, I like, of course, edging my papers. Let me get rid of this garbage. Edging my papers with some brown, just because the browns are so nicely for the fall. This is dark bark from Chalk Edges from Prima. And any brown ink would do. I'm just lightly edging the corners of the edges of the papers. Yeah, Jennifer, this is a really nice collection. It's very like soothing. I also like the other two that came out are also really, really nice. Maybe hopefully they'll go on sale maybe on during the sale next week. Okay, so what I did is I'm gonna get the photo too. And I did a photo of my family kind of holding hands, walking forward in one direction. So the other photo I'm going to use, I'm rulerless. No rulers, yeah. Okay, I don't want to. Okay, this is the other photo. It's kind of us walking away. I just thought, so I don't do the exact same one. Again, no rulers. So maybe I'll make a little border around here. I know it's not straight. I'm sorry. You know what? I am not a perfectionist. Some people are, but I just don't care. Sorry about that. It's not bad, actually. For no ruler, I'm doing not bad. I kind of, you know what I did? You can actually line up your scissors by pushing the blade against the paper, and it actually cuts it straight as possible. I've learned that because I've been very lazy, not wanting to get my rulers out. Anyways, okay, so these are the little papers that I'm using, and I kind of layered them with the picture. I love using my foam tape. Even though I tried using the cardboard paper, I just really love my foam tape. It's just much easier. I know cardboard is cheaper, but I just can't help myself with these ones. So what I did is that I really wanted the moment's word to be at the bottom. So I kind of layered it like this. And the reason why I'm doing this now is because I actually, oops, it's too long. Wrapped this cord around, this jute vine around. So I'm gonna do that while everything else is drying. And the next one I am going to, this one goes kind of around here. So they're all peeking out a little bit. This is what I like about this. You can actually make all the papers peek from behind the photo, and we see just a little bit of each. And let's start putting some tape behind this. Okay. Am I behind on the chat? It looks like I'm behind on the chat. Not that I know. Oh, okay. Okay. So let's see. Where was I? I have to line it up properly. So I go back and forth to line that. Very good. And I use foam tape just because I like giving some depth and depth to the photo and also to the layers. And that really, the foam tapes really helps. I know we use it for so many different things, but it's just really nice to use it like this. Oops, sorry. Somebody's sick, I see. Okay. Can't keep up with all the whole chat. There we go. So it kind of sticks out and I think it's crooked. See, the crookedness I don't like. It might be my cutting, and this happens a lot, but I don't like it when it's crooked. Cutting might be off, but crookedness I don't like. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's too taped. Too stuck. Okay, it's ripping everywhere, but don't worry. Nobody's going to see the rippings. It's all going to hide under my layout. There, good. And perfect. Okay, so this is how I frame the photo. I don't like having it like perfectly framed, but as you can see, I have different layers framing it. And then I'm going to get my jute vine, and what I did is I wrapped this around, and then I got a bunch of flying unicorn little trinkets. Hold on, let me see, I brought them all out. And I wrapped them, I tied them to the knots. And I don't know, I just picked a few that I like. Uh-oh, my things are falling. Here is a little music note, and flowers just fell, sorry. Okay, let's see. This should have another one, but I don't know where it is another. Oh. Sorry, I'm like looking for things. Everything is dropping. It's terrible. Okay, there we go. The last one is a little birdhouse. Oh yeah, they're so cute. Oh no, I look at a little clock, like a cuckoo clock. Okay, so what I did, I basically wrapped it around. Oh, so everything is getting tangled. I think I'm nervous today. Sorry, guys. I haven't done this in a while. Okay. So what I did is I basically wrapped it around a few times. And I think it was 3 times. I mean, this we used to do in the old days, as we call it. I think I'm only going to be able to do it twice, but it's okay. It will still look nice. I guess my string is shorter this time. This is a Prima jute vine. I'm not actually sure of the color. Maybe mustard, but I'm not exactly sure. That's the only color I didn't know what this was. Maybe one of the girls knows. The way to tie it, I mean, I'm sure I'm not like the best at tying things, but I learned from before by tying lots. I used to have a job when I was 16. My first job was wrapping presents. So during the Christmas season in one of the big box stores, and I learned how to tie different things and wrap presents. I guess that was my first job. And then my second job was also doing the same thing, but for the mall, which was cool. Okay, so here is, I tied I only did it twice, but I can play around with it. And then what I did is, of course, I weaved this through. One on this side. Oh, oops, sorry, wrong side. Okay. No, I don't like it on this side. Sorry. No, perfectionist at all, right? You guys are going to comment how I am or not. I see, but it needs to face in this direction. And then I want the birdhouse on this one. Yeah, that's exactly what I did, Cynthia. I wrapped gifts for free. That's exactly what I did. I worked at one of the stores, and then our mall, to just bring in customers, offered that for all the customers to come in. If they bought something from the mall, they had to show us the receipt, and we would wrap it for free in the mall itself. And it was crazy around Christmas for obvious reasons. Oh, I can't get this through. Wait. Wow. So tough to get it through. It's bunching up. I don't think it's going to fit. No. Okay. No, I cannot do it. It's going to go. So it's going to be 2 of them. I like my cuckoo clock, but it's not going to work. It has too small of a hoop. I do a little knot. So, yeah, it could be mustard. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Okay. Okay, one last attempt to fit this cuckoo clock in. Let's try through the other one. I know. Sorry, I'm gonna lick this. This is how my mom taught me. You lick the end. It's still not working. Come on. No, I'm not able to do it. Never mind. Okay, we're not using the cuckoo clock. Sorry, cuckoo clock. So I'm just gonna make a bow and let the rest hang on. And we're gonna put this aside. And just stick the bow a little bit in because it's gonna stick on top of the picture. I don't like that. Okay, there we go. So it looks like a little nice gift wrap present. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of my white flowers and I'm going to spray them with some gold foil spray. Now you see this spray? It's the one I use the most. I don't know why, and I'm not sure how this one is the most. I think I've refilled it already 3 times. This is my 3rd time refilling, and it's as good as new. So it's really, oh, bye, Delina. I guess she's leaving. Okay, I don't know. Too bad. So I really love these flowers. I'll show you. Oh, these Rodanthe flowers. I don't know how to say that word, but they're really cute. They come in different ones. There's these ones. There's the leaf ones. And there's one more. There's the thing that's probably what fell. Here it is. And these ones. All 3 of these I'm going to be using on this layout. But the ones I'm going to spray are these and these. Okay? And the flowers are being sprayed in the gold foil, and the leaves are going to be sprayed in the antique gold. Really 2 of my favorite colors from the color blooms. I picked a few of the, let me see how many leaves. 1, 2, 3. I think there's about 3 leaves, maybe 4. So I picked some of these like maple leaves kind of looking leaves, and I sprayed them. I just realized that I forgot my paper towel downstairs, so it's gonna have to do on my mat. Okay, there we go. There's 4 leaves. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then about 5 of these flowers. And let's see. I like the little ones, but it doesn't have to be only the little ones. Let's pick different sized ones. Okay, there we go. This one is too big. Let's pick this one. Okay, good. Now the reason why I love these is because, first of all, the box is huge. There's so many flowers in them, which is amazing. And the second reason is because you can spray them any color you want. Really, it's like they're the best flowers because of that. And okay, so hold on, let me move things aside, move things away. And this is how I used, oh wait, I have a piece of paper towel here, an old one. I was doing another project today, and I want to be able to tell you which one, but I was using the back of this paper towel, and now I can use it again. So you want to get some of the makeup flakes on it, so you want to be able to have some of the shine, because it doesn't look it here, but once it dries, it looks really neat. It looks like a very, very glittery and shiny, like shimmery. That's the right word. Let me move them aside. Oh, oops, missed some here. And these ones were painted in this. Oh, I love this. And I also sprayed these a little bit with gold shimmer, just a tiny bit. Although the antique gold actually, although it looks brown, actually has gold in it. So again, this is going to put aside. I'm going to put this aside for drying, and I'm going to get no, that's not a good place to put them. Hold on, sorry. I want to put them in front of me, and then I'm going to get the layout back, the layout, because I want to be able to dry it a little bit. So now I've let it like sit for a little bit, and when you dry it like this, although the pastes are the worst because they take the longest to dry. So I'm literally going to just sit here a little bit and watch the chat. And because I let it wait, I know you cannot see, but it actually is starting to get some small crackles in them. The thinner paste, the thinner areas, tend to dry up faster. Obviously, it will take about 24 hours for it to fully dry, but as long as the surface is dry, just because I'm also very impatient in a way, I like starting to, I work on it like even if the surface is, just the surface to touch is dry, even if inside some of the areas are not. So Yeah, so I just did the masking. I don't know, Costume Diva. I don't know what's your name, but um, I don't know which one you, because I wish the names were all appeared so I would know people's names. But yeah, I just masked it with wood grain frame and some gold crackle from Prima. Okay. Now before I let it fully dry, just because we don't have that much time, I did add some spray also onto the background, and I'm going to do that right now. And what I did is what I like doing is two things. First, I like spraying and like adding some in the center of the area, in the center area. I like adding some color. And if it's too much, you can just dab it. And you can use the dabber to actually create some splatters, okay? Not a dabber, this is a wipe, not a dabber. And you can do the same thing here. Okay. And that's only because I'm rushing. I mean, otherwise I would let it pool in because it looks really nice. You see, it just kind of brings that gold shiny shine out. And then I am going to spray on it too. So what I like to do is I like to getting these beautiful splatters on. And there's two ways of doing it. You can do what I'm doing, which is actually going up and down with the thing. Or you can do this. This is a really cute trick that I learned from somebody. It's like actually tapping the nozzle, and it makes these perfect circles. It looks really good, and it makes even smaller ones. How cool is that? You see, I'm tapping it with anything. You can tap it with a pen. I mean, with any kind of stick. I'm also going to use some of the antique gold, and I'm going to, I think, just splatter with that one, because I want to get some of these. And again, when you're splattering, I mean, obviously you're not going to get anything perfect. Don't expect to get perfection. You want to get splatters. Splatters are not perfect. The whole point of them is that they look like they've been done randomly. Because if you want perfect splatters, you might as well do dots. And if you're doing really lightly, what I like about this is that it actually dries really quickly and nicely. So there you go. You see, I have the splatters, and now I'm just going to dry it again. Yay! Oh, too bad, Julian, that you cannot see me. You're Cynthia. Just splatter away. It's really not hard. I actually have a video. Have one of the videos in one of my YouTube channel that I show 4 different ways of creating splatters. So maybe go there and just check them out, because it really helps it really helps, like if like certain people have an easier time with certain splatters than with others, so this way you could actually learn. And it's crackling really nicely. I know you can't tell, it's very hard to tell from so far away, but when I raise it, it's just gonna get the shadows because my camera is above the lamps that I have above my head, so it's really hard. No, you just have to make little splatters. Just dip it one time into the bottle, the nozzle into the bottle, the little stick inside, and then take it out and literally either work it up and down, or like I showed you, take a little pen and just knock it really lightly. You'll see you'll get perfect splatters. Oh, I'm dry. Okay, good. So this is all dry. Let me clean up. And we're going to start setting up the layout. I mean, I know it takes a long time for everything else, but now we've set up. And what I did, the reason why I did the 2 sides, because I knew that the photo I wanted the photo to be in the middle, and it just kind of gave some texture on this side and some texture on the other side. And I wanted the layout to go horizontally to make it seem as if we're walking into it or walking out of the forest. Most of my layouts, what I like doing is, most of it is, I like taking the person into the scene and making you feel like you were there with us at that forest, which is a forest right near our house, and it's just gorgeous in the middle of the fall. Now I'm going to add flowers, which of course are my favorite. Oh no, before I add the flowers, let me do one more thing, because this is another thing that needs to be dried up, and that is these shabby chic treasures, the Victorian lamps. These are just really, really, really beautiful. They came in the last Prima collection, last Prima release, mid-release, and I just love these. I use them all the time. I don't know why, but I have to use them all the time. So, oh, okay, 1 second. So what I did is I actually also sprayed it with the gold foil. Another thing that I've done with them is that I've used alcohol inks. I've used the copper alcohol inks, and I wanted to use the gold alcohol ink on this, but it's dried up and it doesn't work. So I have to, I couldn't use it. Let me just take this back for a second, and I'm just gonna spray it so it dries up with my flowers. Okay, there you go. I just literally sprayed it, and that's it. And then I'm gonna let it dry. Okay, back to my layouts. Sorry, I'm like scattered brain today. So, so here's the layout, and I'm gonna start putting all the flowers together. Oh, the other thing we're putting is these vines. I am so happy Prima came out with vines this release. These are like just amazing. They're called, I don't know what they're called, but it's 578275 is the number. And I just love my vines. I just love them because I love cutting them up and using them for different parts of my layout. And here it is, and I'm going to cut them. I cut them into, let me see how many pieces I cut them into, like almost 3. So I think usually what I do is I can kind of find the ends of them, and I cut here. And I try to play. Obviously, it's not the layout is not going to come out exactly like my other one, but close enough. I'm going to try my best just to show you more or less how it works. Okay, so one of the things is, like, I wanted to create a motion of a horizontal motion of the layout. So the first thing I want to do is I'm just going to anchor my picture with a little piece of foam tape, just so I know more or less where things are going to go. I only put one in the middle just so I can tuck things underneath, and it won't second. Then after I secure it with other things, I just want to make sure that I know where things are and that things don't move. I can always move this a little bit just because I have a little piece of foam, but at least I am not stuck. So I'm like kind of like playing around with it, and I love these flowers. These are also called Rodins. They're, what brand? I mean, they're Prima, but I mean, what number? 577742, and they're very nice also. These are my favorite. One of my favorites. There's so many favorites. This whole collection is really, really good. I have different sizes of them. And basically, I'm just going to play around until I like the way things are. And I want to try not to cover too many things. So I'm trying to kind of create balance between the photos. So I know we have that rule of 3 of, if you know, so I'm kind of trying to create the rule of 3 balance. I mean, you don't have to do that. I just like doing that, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. This leaf looks too big to me. Can you guys see? Okay, good. Okay, and then this one can go like over here. All right, now getting back to these ones. Okay, I'm just going to, for a second, bring them here to the side. I just want to give them a little quick dry, just so I could use them. And I know they're off the screen a little bit, but I'm just drying the flowers that I sprayed before, especially the leaves. Sometimes they don't fully dry before I use them, but I just want to make sure they're at least a little bit dry, at least to the touch. Yay. Okay, good. See, just a few seconds, just to, they're not fully dry, but they'll be dry at least to the touch. And I can use these. Oh, I'm making such a mess here. Okay. I want to use these to put in between. So again, try to you have to play around with flowers. I mean, you have to really play around with them to see where they fit. Not everything fits properly everywhere. So you need to you need to see what's pleasing to the eye and go with that. Some things may look not right, and then you know that, well, maybe that flower shouldn't be there, type thing. And you tuck in. I love tucking in flowers. And what I did is I tried to get different fall colors. I mean, these colors from these look very very golden looking. So this is why I wanted to use the gold so much. And I play around. You see, I don't like it over there, so I'll play, and I think I'll put the leaf here. And I just realized, for example, that my layout is very skewed to the right. So what I'll do is this is what happened before. So I must have placed, I'm kind of covering the whole pattern over there. So what I'm doing is I'm going to move everything a little bit over. And this is why I only put that little piece before, because now I can move it over easily without having to like rip everything apart. And now it's centered again. And then I'll make it stronger. Oh, okay, there we go. And I have one more leaf, and I think that could go. This one can go here. Okay, so let's see. Not sure I'm liking it. Hold on. Do you have any more flowers left? Oh, I have one more leaf left. Okay, good. So, not sure how much I'm liking this. I think some of them need to kind of go underneath here. Okay, that's better. I know, this is what happens. You end up playing with the flowers until you really, really like the way they look. And if you don't like it, you move them around. Once you know where you want to place them, that's when you glue it all. There we go. I like that better. See? No, that looks too even. And it has to go here. There we go. So I think this is pretty nice. What do you guys think? Okay, good. Not that you can answer me, but that's what I'm saying. I just noticed that before I glue this, I just noticed that my metal piece needs just a little bit more spray. So this is the last thing I'm adding. I'm just letting it dry again. Sprayed it again and let it dry. In the meantime, I'm going to glue these. We don't have to go over the glue situation. Everybody knows Fabri-Tac. My husband is in Pittsburgh today, and he took my son on a road trip to watch the Maple Leafs play at Pittsburgh, and he's buying me more glue because I'm running out. So it's excellent. I told him just take some Joann coupons, and he's so good. He goes and he buys me some like glue for the 40%, and I told my son, who is 13, that he's old enough that he can actually buy me the glue too. So they're going to go with 2 coupons and get me. Yeah, the Fabri-Tac glue. Otherwise, I use this so much. That's basically what happens. And basically what happens is that as you're gluing the layout, and you're gluing the pictures, they kind of get stuck to the background, and so does your actual layout here. You can actually glue it to the flowers. That way it will hold together. Wait, look at this. Sorry, some of it. This is a very gooey glue too. Okay. I don't know what I did before this glue. I remember sticking things with foam tape to make them like stand up. And I'm thinking to myself, what was I thinking? In 20 years, in 2 years, I think they're all going to like come apart. Too bad they're in boxes, so nobody will be able to tell. I don't think my kids are just gonna take all those boxes probably when they're older, pick maybe a few layouts, and the rest are gonna throw in the garbage. But at least I'm having fun creating, so that's enough. That's good enough, right? Okay, sorry. It's really odd to be quiet when you're scrapping first and as people are watching you. I'm trying to make conversation, although I think it's like odd that I'm doing that. I think it needs an extra flower here, there. So for example, some of these, and this is what I know. I'm gonna squish that one there a little bit. And I think, let's see, is there any more with the yellow thing? Oh, there's another one with the yellow thing on top. You know what? I think sometimes even when they're glued, they like. The nice thing about Fabri-Tac, it doesn't dry up right away, so you can move it around. And I liked it like this. Just added a little bit more flour, a few more flowers there. See, kind of filling it out. I like filling the area. Oh, I don't like this one. You guys don't like this one? I don't like that one. I don't think you guys care, but I'm just saying. Oh, here's a nice one. I should have put that one there. There's no more room. No more room. Okay, let's see. Should I put that one there? Yeah. Okay. Okay, sorry, last flower. Okay. The other thing that I did is I used these beautiful embellishments from Flying Unicorn. Oh, where is my other one? I'm missing one. Okay, so I took a few out because you know what? The clock that I used here, well, I only had one of them. And isn't it beautiful? I just love this one. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try a different one for this one, for this layout. But you know what? I'm missing one of the... Oh, no, here it is. Okay. So one of the things I did is I just felt everything was going this way, and I felt like we needed somehow something to go in the opposite direction. So I used these two little, what do you call these? Embellishments, metal trinkets, I don't know. And I kind of stuck them up here. And the other one was kind of stuck like this. It kind of framed the picture, or kind of, not framed. What's the... what the word am I looking at? Anchors the picture, anchors it. So before I stop anything, I just want to put a little bit more foam tape here, just to kind of hold everything together. Let's put some, now that we know where everything is going, we can glue. You can use some tape to push. Okay, there we go. So now we have it like this, and I'm going to glue the metal embellishments. The beautiful thing about, oh, you guys. Okay, oh, somebody, sorry, I'm reading what you guys are trying to say about this page. I think you're talking about this strip, right? You know what? I used to remove it all the time before I started layouts. But once you start designing for certain companies and they ask you to write down the numbers and the names, I wouldn't remember. I wouldn't remember who it was. And yes, it's saying there like somebody would taped it to the back, but truthfully, I just couldn't be bothered. I started designing. It doesn't even bother me. I don't even notice it. And I'm sorry for those who that it bothers. Hope not too much. Oops. Okay, so, oops, why is it not going through? Okay, so there we go. And then, what do you guys think? Let's see which one fits better. I kind of took two of them out, and I thought, which one would look nice? The owl or the thing? I think this will look much nicer. And it's kind of like here under the photo. Oh yeah, that looks so pretty. Okay, good. Oh, I don't want to cover the moments part. So, sorry, one second. So, here it is. There we go. So this kind of anchored the picture in all three directions. It gave it, even though the movement is horizontal, I like the fact that it was giving it a vertical anchor. The next thing is some titles, and what I did, oops, is use some of the satin crystals. I don't know, I grabbed whichever one. I needed these clear ones, so these like golden ones. So this one is Coffee Break, but it could be any of them. And I also used, this is from the word stickers from the Thought Keeper collection from 7 Dots, and I used a few of the words. So I already have this moments thing here. So I thought, I can do amazing moments. I was trying to read through all the things, and I used, and here's the amazing. I kind of cut, well, it doesn't really matter. I go underneath a little bit. And no, I need to cut them a little bit. Sorry, it's not coming out exactly the same. I guess I'm going to put it over the picture. There we go, amazing. And then I had another one. It says remember and forever. Let's see. Oh, let me just put this moment is just right. I like that, which is really nice too. And I can put it right over here. Again, it gives it another way, another horizontal kind of movement when you do this. Okay, and I'm going to also add some of these things, some of these like satin crystals. Oops, okay, like this. So I like to just add a little bit more texture. This is how you add more texture to the layout. So again, same as the flowers, kind of see where things where they go well. I don't always like have a rule about where they should go, but I kind of try to spread them around using different sizes. I kind of like putting the smaller ones on the outside and the bigger ones closer to the layout. I don't know, that's just more appealing to my eye, but it doesn't have to be the way you like it. You might like it differently, and that's okay. Let's see. No, see, if I don't like it, I will have to move them around. And one, I think, here, and one, no, that's way too, like, not in the proper, okay, good. So, this is more or less the layout. I had some of this, I don't know why it's not, let me just have to dry this up because it's not working. This is the, I have to dry because it's not drying up properly. Oh, you know what, guys? Never mind. I know what I did. I did use an alcohol ink because, like, as you can see, it's not really taking. I'm going to show you. It's like, let me go get the alcohol ink that I used. What is it? Sorry, guys. I'm back. Just needed to go get that. So I used this alcohol ink. It was called Latte, and it just, you know what? They're really good for metals. And I just kind of give it a, sorry, can you see what I'm doing? Oh yeah. So I just spread it on top, and then you dry it out. The alcohol inks work way better on metal, just because they take to the surface, while water-based things. And I also have some butterscotch. I'm just going to mix them up a little bit. Oh no, that one is too orangey. Never mind, I won't. I must have used another color. Okay, and I'm just going to dab them a little bit. As you can see, they don't come out. It doesn't come off. Like once it's on the metal, it's on the metal. Okay, just drying it a little bit. And then I'm going to add it to the page. Oh, it's probably going to be hot. So what I did is I added it kind of on the side. Again, this helped me with the movement, with the vertical movement of the paper. I just want to put it a little bit higher up, just so I don't want to cover the title. There we go. So let me glue this together. 1 second. Oh, sorry. Okay. I see there's a discussion about prices of glue. It is expensive, and in Canada even more. So that's one of the things that I try to buy in the US whenever I go, because the prices here are ridiculous. But I do get my foam tape for really cheap. I get like the whole roll for like $1.20 or something like that, which is really nice. Sorry, I'm just spraying here on the side with some gold foil. The last thing I want to do is that I want to add a little bit of highlights. Oops, sorry, I'm looking for it right. I want to add a little bit of highlights to the leaves. Some golden highlights. Just a little bit. Don't over exaggerate, right? Oops. And oh, look what I did. There we go. And this, and some on the flowers too. These brownish flowers. And if you missed any of the white around the, then you can just add it. And that's basically it. Like, I mean, trying to think if there's anything else. Nope. Look, this is my layout. How easy is that? And on time. Whoa, I even have a few minutes to spare. What do you think? And by now, it really crackled. I know you can't see it, but it's really crackled. And everything kind of matches. Everything matches the trees and the leaves, and I just really liked the way this turned out the first time, and I even like it more on the second time too. So I just have a few announcements. Let me turn things around, and 1 second. I will turn around the camera. Hold on. Oops, sorry. Now I'm upside down. Wait. Oh, why doesn't it? Oh, yeah, there it is. Sorry about that. Okay, there I am. Hi. So a few announcements. There's quite a few, so just listen up. There's 4 days left for the Flying Unicorn Gives Back, and we need 200 uploads to meet our goal of 1,000. And so please get busy and start uploading your layouts. It can be an old layout, doesn't have to be anything new. Could be anything you want. For each layout uploaded to the gallery, Flying Unicorn is donating $1. So we're aiming for $1 per layout. So we're aiming for 1,000 or more. That would be great. So please get going and upload them. The next week we have song at the Ustream channel. I think it's December 3rd. And but stay tuned for Black Unicorn Day, which is this upcoming Friday, celebrating Black Friday. And store-wide, you will just wait for the emails. You're gonna get lots of sales, the best sales ever. For this week, you have 10% off all items which are of the Ustream of my show that I did today. And last but not least, I wanted to, oh no, 1 second. If you did not get your kit on the pre-order, a limited amount will be available on November 30th at 12:01 a.m. And last but not least, I wanted to wish everyone everyone in the U.S. and in the world, happy Thanksgiving for you all. And please, we have to be thankful for everything that we have, especially wishing you all health and happiness. And may God bless you with everything you want in this life. Amen.